Hey, welcome back to our video series on how to lead a Bible study. In this video, we are going to address 9 problems as far as leading a discussion and how to overcome them. I'm Laura Crocus, and I'm on staff with Master Plan Ministries, and I'm the founder of missionalwomen.com. And here at my YouTube channel, I want to help you live on mission for the glory of God. All right, so let's look at discussion problem number 1. What do you do when you ask a question and it's just silent? Crickets. What do you do? Okay, so some things that you can do is if it was a good question, just give it a minute. It's okay. Be okay with silence. Just give it a minute. Sometimes you might need to rephrase after you give it 30 seconds. After you give it some time, you might need to rephrase the question. What you could also do is encourage people with nonverbal communication. So give good eye contact. You want to encourage them with a smile, like that their answer is not going to be bad. It's okay. You can even encourage them in that way and say, I love your thoughts. It doesn't have to be, the perfect answer, but I'd love your thoughts. So you can encourage them that they're not going to fail by just answering a question. Some things you can do for that is you can use your nonverbals. All right, you want to sit next to that person so there's less eye contact. Or if you do end up sitting across from that person, make sure that your eye contact is with the people who are not as talkative and the people you want to draw out and encourage them to talk. There are cases where you might want to talk to that person separately and say, hey, I realize so-and-so and so-and-so are not really having an opportunity to share as much because other people in the group are sharing so much. Would you help me draw them out? Because I want them to be able to have the opportunity to share. So pull them in, as far as helping them to see the need for others to be able to share. So those are some things that you could do. You could also just call on other people. Say, oh, hey, Sally, I would love to know what you think about that. Number 6. How do you deal with the silent person, the one that doesn't talk? I kind of just addressed that, but you want to call on them in non-threatening questions, things that they're not going to fail. So questions that they know the answer to, or that are super non-threatening questions. So go ahead and call on them. You could also affirm them, say, I just love what you share, maybe afterwards or before or even during your time together. Say, just encourage their answers and what they think, and remind them that their perspective is unique and it brings a different set of eyes to the table that we all kind of need to be able to see things through and be able to grow because of their perspective. Okay, number 7 is going off on tangents. What do you do when your group keeps just going, whoop, squirrel, just goes off in crazy different directions? You can use your questions. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Or getting back on track. You'll want to actually be the one to not let that go too far. So you'll want to keep bringing it back. Oh my goodness, let's bring us back in a gentle and graceful way. So pretty easy to do, but it is your responsibility as the Bible study leader. Okay, number 8 is a disagreement or a conflict. What do you do in that situation? First off, don't let it rattle you, all right? Because often disagreement can actually cause further growth because iron sharpens iron. So what you could do, if it's actually something worth your time talking about, like something like eternal security, then you want to let opportunity for them to wrestle through in a calm. You can remind people, it's okay to disagree. Let's just go back to scripture. It's all right. You can even maybe take a minute for people to take a breath and not get rattled. Remind God that God's in control and ask God to lead everyone by their spirit or by his spirit, not their spirit. And so just give them opportunity to present. Well, why is it that you think that? Let's go to scripture. What verses are you standing on? And then what do you think? Why are you thinking that? And help people actually critically think things through themselves and not go to, well, my pastor said so or so-and-so said so. Go back to scripture to actually to be able to have something solid to stand on. If it's not worth your time, if it's like a topic that actually is not going to help people live on mission for the glory of God, then it's not worth time creating division or letting there even be division. If it's not, especially if it's not in scripture, just don't even talk about it. say, okay, well, let's move on. You want to just move on from that. If, however, there is two group members that argue like constantly or just are at each other, you might want to just help them walk the wheel. There's another one of my videos that talks about the communication wheel. So I will link that up below, but you want to help people to resolve their personal conflicts so they don't bring that into the group. And lastly, the ninth discussion problem to overcome is the leader answering all the questions. So it's really not beneficial if the leader does all the talking. The greatest needs of mankind are to love and to be loved and feel worthwhile to self and others. And if they don't have opportunity to share their thoughts and opinions and ideas, they're not going to feel loved. So you want them to have opportunity to share, to be known by the group. So if you answer all the questions and do all the talking, they're not going to get a chance to do that. So you want to draw them out. Even if they point a question back to you, you could say, all right, group, what do you guys think? Keep bringing it back to help people have a discussion between each other, not just with you. So it's a group discussion. So try as best as you can not to talk the whole time. Those are 9 discussion problems and how to overcome them. I hope this video was helpful and beneficial for you. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified of upcoming videos. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.